Ladies and gentlemen, CocoSports.com proudly presents the Boom Boom Room. And of course, I am the sexiest man on all our Internet Wrestling Radio. That's right, Boom Boom here, shaking the room live from the RVA, talking about Richmond, Virginia. And of course, Smackdown is in the books. And of course, I ask this question with each and every show that we do. Do you give it a win, a loss, or a tie? Please put it down in the comments section. Did you give tonight's SmackDown a win, a loss, or a tie? Personally, I'm going to give it a win. I'm going to give it a weak win. It just kind of eked over the finish line. I was like, you know what? This really wasn't a bad show. So let's just get down and dirty with it. It starts out with Seth Rollins in Kane's office. They're arguing, talking about the fallout from Monday Night Raw, and then argued with him and told him to do something to prove he's still relevant. Then we cut to Roman Reigns, who comes out to the ring to give an interview. He's going to be in the main event at Payback. It's going to be Seth Rollins defending against Randy Orton and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match. He starts talking. Then Kane comes out and starts taking off his shirt. Context is everything. Puts on his elbow pads and brings out a referee, and then they just have an impromptu match. Kane took early control of the match, but eventually Reigns started to fire back, even hit a Superman punch, got a choke slam, but he wound up getting choke slammed. Kane looked like he was about to hit a tombstone pile driver, but Reigns reversed it with the DDT. Hits the Superman punch, is setting up for the spear, but Kane instead opts to walk out and leave and gets counted out. So Reigns wins by count out. Rollins talks about backstage how, he's not going to run like Kane did. He's a fighting champion. Next we have Damien Sandow came out and started just basically imitating JoJo, who was ring announcing tonight. Curtis Axel comes out. They had a very, albeit brief match. I thought it was a decent match. But Curtis Axel, I'm not a huge Axel fan. I personally think he needs to go. I really don't see a purpose for him in WWE. Sandow, this babyface turn, I actually do like. I'm still kind of confused why he's, imitating, JoJo. But anyway, it was a decent match. He was having some fun, a little bit of I guess the closest that we got to a comedy match tonight. But Damien Sandow gets the win with a full Nelson slam. Then we go backstage to Ryback saying he doesn't know why Bray Wyatt attacked him, but he has a message for him, and that's feed me more. And he's going to take it out on his former minion, Luke Harper. Ryback versus Luke Harper was actually a pretty good big man match. They went kind of back and forth early in this match. They started trading blows. Harper missed that little discus elbow, but Ryback drops Harper with a spine buster, hits the meat hook clothesline, picks him up, and hits him with a shell shock for the win. The lights go off. The whole Wyatt family music vignette thing on the Titantron goes off. Lights come back on. Bray Wyatt is in the ring, and he starts beating up on Ryback and hits him with a Sister Abigail, and then just kind of stares over at Luke Harper. Then we go to break. Then next came, in my opinion, the Tag Team Championship match. You had New Day with it's actually going to be represented by Kofi Kingston and Big E, and then with Xavier Woods at ringside versus the former champions Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Now, in my opinion, this was match of the night. If you only watch one match from this, I would recommend this. They talk about the title change at Extreme Rules, and the former champions were executing the rematch clause. And the match was great. Very technically sound, and I personally think the heel turn for the New Day was exactly what the doctor ordered. Now, some people are saying, oh, that's what they were planning all along, and I'm just really honestly don't think WWE's that creative. I think they just turned them heel just for the hell of it. But with that heel turn, it's actually caused them to click, and things are really working in their favor now. They're saying New Day rocks. Everybody's going New Day sucks. It's really, I think it's great. A lot of tags here. Great tag team work by Kidd and Cesaro is normal. It looked like the champions were about to get the upper hand when they did the tag, and then the giant swing into the drop kick. Cesaro was going for the pinfall, but then Big E and Xavier Woods interfere. This causes a disqualification. And so you got to think, this feud is far from over, because you got to think, well, if the champions got themselves disqualified, I mean, there's no way you can't just, like say, well, you got your title rematch, you can't have any. I'm just like, well, no, they interfered, so you got to think this feud is far from over. Hopefully setting up for another match. I want to kind of see where they go from there. I kind of hate the fact that they had such a long match and a good match. I love Kid's fucking suicide flip on Kofi Kingston in this, so you definitely want to at least check that out. Kofi Kingston, his Trouble in Paradise. I mean, just a great back and forth match. I mean, you had Xavier Woods on the outside playing the heel manager quite well, antagonizing both Kid and Cesaro, referee telling him to stay back, and him getting up on the ring apron. I think it really, really works. So definitely match of the night. Had a great time with it. The next we came Nikki Bella versus Cameron. This was set up by Cameron talking smack about Brie, and Nikki saying, well, if you got a problem with your sister, you got a problem with me. They did a little promo of Naomi trash talking about the Bellas. Anyway, this, to be honest, I fast forwarded through this match, but it's pretty much happens what you think happens. Nikki Bella makes a comeback, hits Cameron with a rack attack, and gets the pin and gets the win. So congratulations to them. The primetime players, they trash New Day, and I'm thinking that what's going to happen is at Payback, they're going to set up a match between Kid Cesaro and the New Day. Kid and Cesaro will lose and have to go on to something else. So it's looking like they're setting up primetime players to be the new challengers for the tag team championships. So like to see where that's going. Then we, believe it or not, went ahead and got to the main event of Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. This definitely went absolutely insane. This closing segment, it was actually not a bad match. And I don't think either one of these gentlemen are capable of having bad matches. Kane eventually gets involved with this. Ambrose battled his way into the match. Let's see. There was a suicide dive to the outside. There was a couple of spots where Ambrose used Kane against Seth Rollins. This caused Kane to kind of just go a little crazy, start throwing both Ambrose into the ring steps, gets him back inside. He's threatening Kane's threatening the referee. Rollins, he just pushed Ambrose in the stairs, and he brings him in for that new finisher. I don't know if they've actually named it. It's almost the exact same thing as Ambrose's Dirty Deeds. He just kind of kicks his leg out a little bit more and to get momentum to slam him down. But Seth Rollins gets the win. Authority just beat the crap out of Ambrose. Then Roman Reigns comes out to make the save, winds up spearing Kane, and then Ambrose and Reigns raise their hands, and then yay, everybody's so fucking happy. Everything's so great. So overall, I think it was a decent show, for at least for WWE. Let's see, as far as what I would check out if I were you, let's see, the opener, Roman Reigns versus Kane, you can skip. Damien Sandow, Curtis Axel, I would only watch that if you're a hardcore Damien Sandow fan. Ryback versus Luke Harper was pretty good for a big man match. You definitely, if you only watch one match, you need to watch the tag team championship match, because despite the fuck finish, which normally pisses me off, in this case it really didn't. I think it's going to set up something really nice. I've already liked Kid and Cesaro, and then having a newly heel New Day, I think really made this match, really was match of the night. It's really helping that tag team out. So definitely want to check that out. The Nikki Bella versus Cameron, you could skip that. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, if you feel like hanging around for shits and giggles, I would recommend, you hanging around for that, because it gets a little crazy towards the end, and I kind of like the insanity. At least it was controlled chaos. It was a little bit of anarchy. It was great. It was I enjoyed it. So you might enjoy it too. Wow, I've already got some questions already. This is from the Sneaker Addict. He says, WWE sucks. Honor rather than watch Lucha Underground and sorry. WWE sucks. Honestly, I'd rather watch Lucha Underground and even Impact more lately. Well, Sneaker Addict, you're in luck, man. They've actually had some pretty good shows today. I've done a NXT review uh, with Dave Kokotis. We've done a Lucha Underground review, so you might want to go check those out. Of course, I'm doing SmackDown right now. Dave's going to do Impact this weekend when it finishes airing on Discover America, whatever the hell it's called, Destination America, whatever. We got a lot of stuff coming up here, and I think via some magic on CocoSports.com, you can maybe check some of those shows out if you haven't seen them. So just keep your eyes peeled at CocoSports.com. We'll have a lot of stuff on there and get things tidied up there for you and complete your weekend. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's see if we got anything via the Twitters. No, I'm not seeing anything here. So, wow, this may actually wrap it up. I really didn't have much to say about all this. I mean, I watched both hours, and there really wasn't that much to complain. I mean, there's a few things to complain about. I mean, I absolutely just didn't like the Nikki Bella versus Cameron match. Everything else was just kind of, if you can cut out the commercials, that'll actually help out your life a little bit. And things made sense. Well, it wasn't perfect. Like the first 30 minutes, maybe you can skip, but then after that, I think you need to kind of tune in and lock it down. So if you'll watch like the last hour and a half, you should be fine. Ooh, and yeah, that's really about all I got to say about it. So I'm going to do some shameless self-promotion. So be sure to check us out at CocoSports.com. That's KOCO Sports.com. It's your home for all combat sports. That includes boxing, mixed martial arts, pro wrestling, amateur wrestling, sumo wrestling, taekwondo, kickboxing, judo. If you can get your nose broke doing it, we got you covered there on the site. We've even got our news and gossip section that's updated daily, as well as our very popular video on demand section. It's CocoSports.com. It's where the world goes to kick ass. So this is Boom Boom, and for my tag team partner, Dave Coco, soon-to-be award-winning author, I am over.